Snowflakes drifted quietly outside the windows, as if the world itself had slowed its breath. Lena and Emily stood by the Christmas tree in the small living room, where golden lights twinkled and reflected in their eyes, and in the mugs of hot chocolate they held. Lena shivered slightly, not from the cold, but from the nervous excitement that refused to fade. Emily adjusted a garland on the tree, yet her gaze kept returning to Lena, and with every passing second, the warmth inside Lena grew stronger. "Have you ever thought that a single moment could change everything?" Emily asked softly, as if afraid that the sound of her voice might shatter the magic of the evening. Lena tilted her head, watching the lights flicker. "Every moment changes something, but sometimes we don't notice until it's too late," she replied, and their eyes met. In that instant, Lena felt a strange, unfamiliar warmth, as if they had known each other for years. They had first met in a cozy bookstore café, where Lena usually went to hide among the pages of books and her notebook. Emily had wandered in searching for a rare book on winter traditions around the world. Their meeting had been accidental. A brief smile, a fleeting glance, an instant feeling of right here, right now. But Lena already sensed that this was no coincidence. Their conversation started with the book, continued with spontaneous laughter and light jokes, and drew them together almost instantly. From that day, their encounters became more frequent. Walks through snow-covered streets, conversations about favorite books and music, spontaneous coffee runs when the outside world seemed gray and cold. Lena noticed how Emily laughed at her silly jokes and nodded, listening whenever Lena shared her fears. Emily sometimes carried a mysterious smile, concealing her own private worries, and Lena longed to understand them. "Remember that night at the café?" Emily asked, taking Lena's mug into her hands, and their fingers brushed accidentally. Lena felt a rush of heat, her heart skipping a beat. "How could I forget?" Lena smiled, though her voice trembled. "You said you never feel at home the way you do with someone who simply listens." Emily nodded. "I think that was the first time I realized. I want you to be near me. Not for a minute, not for an hour, but always." The words hung in the air, but instead of scaring them, they formed an invisible connection. Silence, filled with the twinkle of the garlands, enveloped them. Lena stepped closer, and their fingers intertwined. Their hearts beat in unison, and the tension that had lingered like an invisible thread finally broke with a soft, almost timid kiss. It wasn't a passionate kiss, it was gentle, sincere, a confession that words could not express. But their story was not only joy. Lena had long hesitated, wondering if she could trust anyone again after past disappointments. Emily carried shadows of a past love, leaving behind pain hidden behind a smile. These inner barriers sometimes created silent tension. A small argument, a misunderstanding, a pause that neither wanted to break. Yet each time they looked at each other, they realized what they shared was real and important. During one such argument, Lena remembered her fear that Emily might leave. She sat on the couch, knees pulled up, staring at the tree. Emily quietly sat next to her and wrapped her arms around her. "I'm not going anywhere," she said, and for the first time, Lena felt her fears were unfounded. That evening by the Christmas tree they shared memories of childhood. Lena spoke of winter holidays with her family, the scent of vanilla and hot apple cider, snowy walks in a small town. Emily told of holidays when she first learned to decorate the house alone, of laughter echoing in an empty apartment while no one was around. Their stories intertwined, creating the feeling that they had always known each other. Every tale made their hearts beat faster. Every laugh filled the room with warmth. "You know, I thought I'd never meet someone who understands me like this," Lena whispered, lying on the couch, gazing at the flickering lights of the tree. "Now you have," Emily replied. Her voice was full of warmth and resolve. "And I want you to know, I won't leave even if it gets hard. Even if there are doubts, fears, we'll be together." Their fingers intertwined again. Lena leaned in, and they kissed beneath the soft glow of the Christmas tree. This time the kiss lingered longer, slower, with understanding and a promise of the future. Not just desire, but a real, sincere feeling growing stronger with every moment. Outside the windows, snow fell quietly. The warmth of candles and the scent of pine mingled with chocolate, creating the sensation that time had stopped. They laughed at silly jokes, shared stories they'd never told anyone, and understood. This was their world, their little universe where only they and their feelings existed. Emily stood and hugged Lena from behind, resting her head on her shoulder. "You know, I was afraid I could never trust again," Lena admitted. "I was too," Emily whispered. "But now I know we're together. And that's enough." In that moment, under the soft lights of the tree, amidst the scents of pine and sweet chocolate, they realized this night was only the beginning of a story no one could break. A story of trust, laughter, tears, first kisses, and evenings spent together. They knew challenges lay ahead, but they were ready to face them together. Snow quietly fell outside, the world around them fell into peace, and Lena and Emily stood together, holding hands, knowing they had found something rare and priceless. A true love that warmed even the coldest winter night. And as the tree lights twinkled softly, they knew this was only the start of their real, long, and happy journey together.